First responders agencies across South Dakota announcing an update to their radio communication system. The upgraded radios and equipment will encrypt them, making them no longer accessible to the public on the scanner. This is to help keep officers, victims, and witnesses safe during investigations.
The fact that many people now, including bad guys, carry scanners and monitor what we're doing and sometimes beat us to the scene of those situations. I think they add up to the fact that this is the right thing to do for public safety. That's our job.
It's part of a project mandating first responder agencies nationwide to transition to a new unified radio communication system by 2025.